Hey guys, Eric with Blue Line Fishing. Welcome back to the channel. Your time's important to me as always. And what we're going to do in today's time is we're going to check out this Handing Cruiser Shadow spinning rod. This is a spinning rod that's designed for slow pitch jigging. Has one specific purpose, but I think you could use it for others. Stick with me, we'll check it out. So this Handing Cruiser Shadow rod comes in its own little neoprene soft case. Like a protective rod sleeve that it comes in. It is a two-piece rod, and normally I'm not a fan of two-piece rods, but I do like the way this one's assembled. I understand like big surf rods, if you got one that's 8, 10, 12 feet long, you're gonna have to be able to break it down a lot of times for transport, but I've just seen a lot of failures, a lot of issues with your traditional two-piece. This one's a little different, and I'll show you how as far as where and how it attaches. So what it does is it's still a friction attachment, putting them together like a traditional two-piece, but instead of being towards the middle of the blank here, it is right down here in the reel seat. So right here at the end of the reel seat, you're just going to line up the guides with the bottom of the reel seat, and all you're going to do is give it a nice firm push, and that's it. It's assembled like that, and I think the leverage, that fulcrum it provides right here, is a lot more stable than the mid part of the rod. With that being said though, we'll get in a little more of this. We'll start at the base here at the butt cap. It's got a little fighting butt cap on it. You can, on the surf rods and the bigger rods, you can attach the ball butt cap so you don't beat your abdomen up as bad, but this has a little one right here that you can put into there, make it a little more comfortable. It has a Fuji reel seat on it here, and it also has Fuji guides. It has 9 Fuji guides on this. This is a 6'6" 6" rod, and I like to see a higher guide count on rods no matter what the length is. I just think that the more contact you have with the line, number one, the more control you're going to have, and the more fighting ability with that rod you're going to have. It takes a little more pressure off the line because you're dissipating the tension points on that line if you've got more of those. And also I think it helps tame some of that that line twist you get on there. But 9 guides on this, it's pretty good. I mean, normally on a 6'6" 6" rod you see between 7 and 9 guides traditionally, and this has got more than that. I think I mentioned a second ago, 40-ton blank on it. We get back in here to the handle. It's a split grip handle with, when you come off of that butt cap, and it's an EVA foam butt cap. EVA foam right up here into the reel seat assembly. The reel seat assembly in the front though, it's carbon fiber right here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. I'll try and do a little up close footage of this right here, and you can get a better look at that reel seat. But it's got a really nice design in it, and I just like the way that the whole ring moves rather than just one little slip ring on there. So I will say that I had a 4500 series reel on this when we took it out. We did an 8-hour offshore trip. I used it at every stop that we made, doing some slow pitch jigging, and I'll show you some footage here. My only problem was, and it has nothing to do with the rod, the current was just absolutely ripping that day, and the biggest jig I had was 180 grams, and it just couldn't get down there like I needed it to be able to work that jig like I needed it to. But with that being said, I used this rod all day. It was super comfortable to use, very lightweight. And speaking of weight, when I looked on the manufacturer's site, it said this rod was 6.4 ounces, the best I could find, because it had several rods, even though they were different lengths at the same weight, so I know that can't be right. But I weighed this on my scales. If you watch the channel, I always like to get my own digital scales out and see exactly what these rods weigh, because sometimes the manufacturers like to fudge on that. But with that being said, they didn't on this one, because it weighed in at about 5.7 ounces, 5.7, 5.8. It was kind of fluctuating back and forth. I guess we could call it 5.8 ounces. Lightweight rod, especially for the length of it and the construction of it, because it's a medium heavy action rod. With that being said too, flip it around here, give it a little better look. Really nice just paint job, and as far as the paint goes on it, the thread job that are on each of the guides right here looks really nice. No problems or issues. Like I say, I fished this thing off and on all day. Very comfortable rod to use. Very easy rod to use. So I put a 4500 series spinning reel on this rod. For me, it was really well balanced. It worked out very nicely as far as the comfort level, performance and such. I had no problems or issues with this rod, and like I say, use it all day, and I actually used it surf fishing some too, and worked out really well for that as well. A little bit different application than what it was designed for originally, but I really enjoyed using the rod. Guys, I hope you got something out of today's video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also leave me a comment and a like down below. It really helps me out. Hope you like this look at the Handing Cruiser Shadow Slow Pitch Jigging Rod. If you did, I'll leave some links down in the description below where you can check it out more for yourself and other offerings from Handing. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And remember, till the next video, get out there and fish.